Hello YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you my second episode for my Ironman series. Alright, so previously I ended my episode with 1k total level, but most of my clips were corrupt, but this time I actually got to record, well, just about everything cleanly. So anyways, the first achievement I got this week was 55 magic, just for high alching purposes. I think that even though not a lot of people find this a big achievement, it's actually a huge jump for an Ironman to start making money. Alright, so finally I finished the Darkness of Hallowvale quest. Honestly, that quest required a lot of attention to detail with the map puzzle, and not only that, but it's also a really time-consuming quest. But I'm glad I finished that. Then the next major quest I grinded was Cold War, so I could finally start doing penguins. Yeah, it was a pain to get the construction level, because I had to hop a bunch of worlds just to loot the regular planks outside the barbarian outposts. But when I needed a mahogany plank, I knew it was going to be hard, because yeah, I need a mahogany log first. Now reading the Wikia, and I read every single location of mahogany logs on where to get them, they weren't noob friendly at all, unfortunately. So pretty much the only method that I was able to access was a stupid Monkey Madness place, but I had to start the quest. And to make matters worse, I had to start the quest to the part where I was doing the puzzle, or else I had to pay 200k to solve. And yeah, that took me an hour, and I finished it. But alright, here's me finishing the Penguins quest. Just literally 10 minutes before reset time week. And then I explored a couple of penguins, so I got a couple of points to stock up on. The next quest I completed was Rune Memories, since that way I can get more pure essence to easily fulfill my daily Wicked Hood teleports. It's a pretty quick, easy quest. But the only problem was, I didn't get a nature talisman, so I could have crafted nature runes instead of air runes. Alright, so now I'm going to need 53 cooking and fishing, before I can start doing the heroes quests. And yeah, I did the C2 fishing and cooking as usual. Alright, so I'm just about done the heroes quest, and I'm one step closer to Miscellanea. Just the Fremnik trials is missing. And I needed that melee XP, so I continue where I left off from Monkey Madness. It was actually not that hard of a quest. I mean, I remember back in the day when it was extremely hard. Well, I never experienced membership back then. But you know, like a lot of my friends were complaining about how long it took, and all the stupid puzzles, and all this, teleporting back and forth. But nowadays, yeah, it only takes 2 hours tops if you're using teleports. Well, for me, I was using the RD Lodestone every time I got back to the Grand Tree instead of, Ring of Dueling with mobilizing armies teleport, then use a Spirit Tree. So great, now I completed the quests, and I think I can get all the resources I need every day, right? Well, that didn't go as planned, unfortunately, because, well, 1, I'm poor, and 2, my Slayer was too low to even make enough daily cash for funding Miscellanea. Like, the reason my Slayer level is not that high is because, well, I use Simona at the lowest levels possible, which means the tasks are more geared for mid-levels, and it's hard to use low-level gear. And for the most part, I never got a mage-friendly task from her, but I can't cancel it either because I need to stock up on Slayer points for Slayer Helmet. So yeah, I got to train my melee stats a little bit. And every single task I keep running out of lobsters, and I had to keep fishing them over and over again. But the biggest cliffhanger really was getting 60 magic, so I can access the Gothic Staff just by killing the major arena boss. So almost 2 weeks of my Ironman up to today, I've been using Split Bark Wand and Orb. Ever since I got the Wand and Orb, my mage has slowed down, because I've been mostly focusing on quests and trying to get stat requirements for the quests. So yeah, it's essentially tough, especially when there's some quests where there's absurd items where Ironman just can't access unless you get those levels up. And of course, you gotta gather everything on your own, basically. And another factor towards why I trained mage a lot slowly was, well, I needed fletching to level up. It's extremely useful for dungeoneering because I need to craft my own weapons. I don't think bosses drop them often enough, so... And the last quest I did for this Ironman was one small favor. And yeah, those XP lamps granted me quite a few herblore levels. It's not a really time-consuming quest, but the real thing I don't like is, one person asks for a small favor, then another person asks for another favor, and therefore you keep causing a chain of favors until someone finally just gives it to you, and then now you have to travel all the way back and give those items to each and every single person. So they'll give you this item, then that, and then finally you'll now finish the quest. But that's really how I felt as an Ironman in a nutshell, basically. Everything felt like one small favor. So let's say I just want to, let's say level up my dungeoneering. I need the right fletching level so I can get better tier weapons. But how am I going to get better fletching level? Well, train my woodcutting level. Stock up on those logs. Fletch those those headless arrows. Just to stock up for broad arrows in the future. Another fast way would have been I got the resources from Miscellanea. and so I could train my fletching much faster. But then again, another problem was my Slayer was too low to even make money for an Ironman. So yes, this creates a chain of small favors basically, but that's how I felt overall. Now obviously if this was a regular account, it would have been a lot easier because all I could do is just buy some combination potions and then buy all my food and then power slay whatever I want. But all I'm stuck with is just doing quests for rewards basically and unlockables for the long-term future. Alright, so now I completed my herb daily challenge after I got lucky and extended it. And boom, whopping 30k XP drop, plus some herbs as well. 2 weeks, 50 herb lore for an Ironman. That's not so bad considering all of this was from quests or dailies, but I only got the daily challenge twice. And here comes Guthic's staff. I just killed the boss. It looked hard at first since their max hits were pretty damn high, which I remember back in the day when max hits were like really high. But anyways, back to the boss. Their HP was actually quite low, so it wasn't hard at all. So really, if any of you low-level or mid-level players just want a level 60 staff alongside decent magic cape, then this is your best bet. Just do the mage arena, kill the boss, claim your reward, that's it. And anyways, the last clip I'm going to show you is me doing Baked Champa. Yeah, it's sad to hear that this is probably going to be my last couple of moments with the Ironman challenge. So my overall impression was, it was really fun and challenging. And it's not nearly as competitive as a main account, of course. But what it really does is eats up a lot of time. I barely even had enough time to play on my main account because of this. And I think some of you missed my guides, so that's also another big thing to consider. I really miss doing guides too, but I wanted to try something new, you know. But surprisingly, not a lot of people watched it as much as my guides. It's just, initially I thought of trying something new because I might boost some, personality for this channel maybe. It's just time consuming to run an Ironman and have to capture every single moment in case I miss an achievement. Especially what happened last episode, where I couldn't put together most parts because most of the important ones were corrupted. And not to factor in the editing time, where you have to just put all the commentary together and all these other things and put it all in one episode. Now I'm not saying I don't enjoy this at all, but it's just, time is a huge constraint. But other than that, I'm sorry if for those who wanted the Ironman series, it had to end with 2 episodes. Well, at least for now, that is. I will definitely continue this in the future if I do get time. But you know what? This is what I've done with 2 weeks of free membership on Ironman. And not to mention that Premier Club is coming up soon, so I need to make some money for my main account to get 24 bonds for that membership. And I'm also stocking up on buyable skills for the next double XP weekend. I also might save some cash just for some giveaways maybe in the future as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to continue this series in the future if I have the time to. But for now, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, in a sense, basically. So yeah, comment down below if you want me to continue the Ironman series or not, maybe in the future, and we'll probably go from there.